Okay, for the first project, we'll be doing this fall wreath. You will need one 14-inch wreath form, some chenille stems in any color. I picked green because it blends in with fall, or you can use any color of your choice. Some brown mesh, some yellow or goldish, it looks yellow with gold through it, some green with some goldish through it, and some orange. You will need one of these signs and one of these signs, and you will need your hot glue gun and glue sticks and scissors, and you may or may not need some small pumpkins. Like some of the pumpkins you could use are these 3-piece. They're the clip-on, orange or white, and the small 4-piece white ones or orange ones that have the little wire on the back. May or may not be using these. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I already did most of my wreath to save on time. All you do is take a chenille stem and the second one from the outer side, go in through the right bottom, go out through the top left, even it up, twist it twice, and you do the same thing to this one. You go in and up through this one, and then you even it and you twist it twice. Now this one's a little different. You go up on this side. Now this side here, you go down through the inner side of this one. This is to lock it in place. That way it won't be moving all the way around. And then twist it twice. Okay, now with let me move this out of the way over here. With the mesh, choose the brown first, and take it with the ends pointing downward, crunch it together. Take the end of it, bring it back. You start on the outside, on the one right here. Now you pull it tight, but not real tight, and do it twice. And then you move all your other chenille stems out of your way. Make a little, scrunch it up, make a little hoop there. And do the same thing. Put it in between them, twist it twice. You do that all the way around. And it's better to go ahead and just go through and move the ones out of the way that you're not going to be using, or they'll continue to get tangled up. Now, do the same thing, make a little loop. See how loose that is there? Twist it twice. Move this out of the way. It's getting tangled up. Make sure you move your mesh out of the way that you're getting ready to be using, because it's better just to go ahead and take it all out of the pack. But if you leave it close to your wreath, it's going to keep snagging. And I'll show you how to do it so when you go to the end of it and you meet up, so you don't have to cut your mesh. I came up with this about 2 years ago. And if you get tangled up like I just did, just hoop the mesh back down to where it's going downward. Now, you go ahead on this one and you meet it up with the first one here, with where you began the mesh being tied onto. You go ahead. Now, go on back around and then take it up to the center one right here. Take it one up and right here. And you do that until you run out of mesh. You do that also with the other colors. And you just go around and around with it. Making wreaths really easy to do for you beginners out there. I taught myself. No one showed me how to do it, and the way I did it was different. I used nothing but ribbon to do it. Ribbon and a burlap ribbon. I tied it all along and covered up the wreath, and then I somehow got the regular ribbon in with it. It turned out okay. My daughter liked it and my friends did. I ended up giving that one to my daughter though. She liked it so much. Now remember, you're still on the center one here. Don't get them tangled up, like pick up the wrong piece of chenille stem that goes to the other one, because then you have to untangle it and redo it, because I've done that before, where I'd pick up the chenille stem for the inner one right next to it, and it tied in all right. It was just a mess getting it out. Okay, now we're right back to where here's the center, and this one's already on a center, so this one you go right here. And you do it up to the next one. And we might not even use all the colors that I picked out. The green, the orange, and the gold. But I'm thinking, unless it's real, if it gets too full, it won't look that good. But I'm going to try to do at least the green and one of the other colors. I just haven't made up my mind yet if the wreath gets too full. doing it right. Let me put this back in there and I'll do it 2 times. See how full it's already getting? I mean, you can see through it, but I think I'm going to go with the orange next. You can go with whatever color you want. And I'm going to go, don't forget to do this, and just hook it in there and work your way around. And this time, when you get to this end, when you get to the end here, coming around, go upward. Now that we're getting ready to connect this one to where it began at, I'll show you how to get up to the next one, what I was talking about. It's very easy. Just roll out what you need, fluff it up, and go look up through here and find your next one, which is in the center. Bring it up to that one that's in the center and tie it into it. And then you just work your way around and you do the same thing. When you get to the end, you go up to the next one, which is the one on the outer side. Trying to find my Chanel stem. And now that you're getting ready to meet up with this one to this one where it came up, you just take it and hook it right in over top. Make sure you have the correct Chanel stems. And now you go up to the first one right here. I use this method that way. If you want to like reuse anything when your supplies are going low, and like we run into another crisis where it's hard to get out and about, like we're in now. I did this when I was taking apart some of my last year's stuff, just so I could have DIYs to do. And just be careful getting this out because they're staplers. Staples I should say, not staplers. And then this one just cut off because see how messy it is at the end? Okay, let me look at it. Let's do one more color. Let me try. I think the yellow will look great. So let's start over here. Let me see how the center's looking. Okay, the center looks fine. Let me start over here where, make sure you do the fold and looping it downward to where the ends are facing downward. Now, right here where this one is cut off, just put this one right on top of it. And again, crunch it up and make a nice little hoop there. Trying to keep this down here where you can see, but so I can see too. See, I'm short, and I'm at my island right now, and it's got to be over 4 foot tall, and I'm only 4'9½". I normally say 4'10", but to be accurately, it's 4'9½". And so I'm really having to stretch. But my little table is too small to do all these crafts on sometimes. That's why I stopped using it. But tell me what your favorite color is. I like that rustic look, kind of like metallic, that fall look, where it's like a brownish tint with reddish tint to it. That's my favorite. And with these colors, just like with leaves, oh, I love that color. In the comments, leave what your favorite color is of fall and what your favorite colors of wreaths do you like working with based on fall colors. But yeah, I love fall. Nothing like the smells in the air, the change of pace. Everything just seems to be more calmer, and everything just, it seems to move slower when you know it's not. But it's just that feeling in the air that you get. Leave a comment and let me know if you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we just go upward. Where we were going that way, now we go this way. And go from here to the next one over, and the next, from here to the next one over, then up. And watch them chenille stems, don't get them mixed up. It'll be hard to untangle them, take them apart, figure out where it went. I did it once and it was a job. No fun at all. And now we're just about ready to come to an end. So let's find the next one up. And again, watch out for them chenille stems. Make sure you're grabbing one from the same one, like in the middle or the end. You want to pick the one that's on the same part that you're working on, not one from one end and the other from the other, because that'll really mess up your wreath. And it'll be hard to fix, like I said before. Okay, that's it on the mesh. Now, what we need to do is take this off. All you do is just stick that down in there. Get your chenille stem. And we're going to put one on each end, one here, bend them in half. Okay, now put a fair amount of glue right here. Lay that down in it. Do the same over here. glue gun away. I got a habit of touching it with my arm or whatever if I lay it too close to me. Don't want that to happen today because it hurts. Okay, just any fret, if you have any long hairs of the glue gun, go ahead and pull it off. Now you have to let this dry, and once it's dry, we'll continue on. Now, take a piece of paper, it can be from an envelope or anything, cut it in a square, or one of these kind, and then cut it right down the center. And now, put it on top of this, let's see, and push. That gives it extra support that it won't come off, or the chenille stem won't come out of the glue, I should say. I've just found this little extra bit helps. And now you just let it dry, and while you're doing that, go ahead and be taking the back, this here off the backs. All you do is just do that, and then put a chenille stem right in the center of them, of each one. Okay, once your little signs are glued and the glue has cooled down and hardened, you first take, well, I left one on there. First take, turn this around, one end of your sign and push the stems through, or push the chenille stems through, I should say, in between the wires. Let it go on top of one wire, and the one under that wire, let it go under that one. That way it'll be a good seal, or a good way, I should say, to tie it. Then take the other end and do the same thing. Put it on. You gotta hunt your way through. And again, put one on the bottom side of one of the wires and the other one on top. Flip it over and tie it tightly. Keep twisting it. And then this one and this one came through. I'm trying to find it here. And do the same thing to this one. Do it tightly. Turn it back around. Yours should look something like, fluff your mesh up and under. Then we'll go around and we'll trim these off. But first, let's see if we need to use these little signs. See if it'll look good with it. You lay it down. And that would be too much, so you don't need. So let's go around and trim it. Trim your chenille stems. All you do is just go around trimming them off. Go all the way around, just bringing up the chenille stems and trim them off. Make sure you don't cut your mesh. And this is a Harvest Blessing swag. And there you go. It's finished. And I want to thank you all for stopping by and checking out my channel today. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel. And share with your friends and leave a remark. I would greatly appreciate it, and it will really help my channel grow. So, until next time.